Hi, everyone. Good day. My name is Raf from Make a Difference Travel. For those who I know in the crowd, it's nice to see you again. And for those who I haven't met yet, good day. Right? Our economy is transitioning from extractive to regenerative, and you guys are Accenture are at the forefront of that because you're really trying to push the carbon story forward. And we don't have a partner who is as aggressive as you, right? And we appreciate that. Most of you will have worked with our organization on this site or on this theme, restoration of landscapes, reforestation. However, uh, there is another wheelhouse of MAD. Actually, we started talking to Accenture because of this, which is the water or the reef, right? And overall, the story that we're pushing and the story that everyone perhaps needs to know is the story of transition. And here you can see a indigenous elder talking to a large company who wants to develop their land. And the elder says, we want progress, but progress for us means taking care of the land and the sea, right? And it's important because we're really facing different effects of climate change. The sugar industry lost 30% of its income last year because of late rains. Our coral reefs are at already 1.5 degrees hotter than normal. So 70 to 90% of the fish are vanishing. And Kasiguran Aurora, 60 degrees heat Celsius, increasingly hostile for Filipinos and for people in general. And the hostility of our weather can be summed up in this particular photo, the four storms that hit our country last year, one after the other. How does it work? Well, it's connected to carbon. And when I did a survey, not everybody understood how the storms were connected to carbon. And so allow me, the sun heats the planet, right? And everything that grows gets energy from the sun. We reflect that sunlight back into the sky, right? And if there are carbon and carbon dioxide equivalents in the sky, then those act as mirrors that reflect the heat back into the world. And that reflected heat pushes for more evaporation, pushes for change in wind speed because of the change in temperature, stronger waves. And when more water goes into the sky, it eventually comes down as the storms, right? And our reality is transitioning from a 55-degree heat wave scenario to possibly a 60-degree scenario, which will become normal, right? And it's scary for many people, kids included. 20 years ago, we weren't scared if it was raining hard. Today, we are, right? And the carbon that's really bothering us can comes from these main categories. This is how Stanford classifies them: how we transport things, how we power ourselves, how we eat, protecting nature, cleaning up industry, which means how we build our cities, and removing carbon, meaning the carbon that people who have passed on have put into the atmosphere already. And so the story of the sea actually for me starts here in La Union, where I have a surf hostel, right? And while surfing, this is the photo that my instructor posted. He saw a wave full of trash. And he was really angry because dirty waves don't bring good business. No one comes to a dirty beach, right? And when we did our research, this is what we found. So you can see there's a lot of trash coming down the river. The Philippines has one of the dirtiest rivers on the planet. And when that plastic trash reaches the ocean or the sea, fish can't tell the difference between plastic and trash, and jellyfish. And so here, this is the belly of a yellowfin tuna, right? This is plastic trash from our cities, right? And so our country really produces a lot, and we really have to find a way to stop it. It's especially rampant in Metro Manila, and so these changes only happen person to person. So you and I, we have to convince other people. No? And some ways to convince them, well, coral reefs are 89% more likely to get sick if there's a piece of plastic trash on them. And per hectare of coral reefs, 1,000 kilos of seafood per year, right? So that's a lot, right? 10 hectares is worth um, 10,000 kilos a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of food, right? In fact, Manila Bay, we calculated based on Smithsonian Museum data, is worth 2.9 million kilos of seafood. Laguna de Bay is 900,000, and Pasig River is about 17,000 kilos, right? And we have to understand that if there's less waste, especially plastic waste, our food gets cheaper because plastic kills the food, right? And additionally, in connection to carbon, 1 kilo of plastic used equals 3 kilos of carbon because it is a derived oil product. So plastic, though, does not exist in vacuum, and it is a small but significant chunk of our total waste. And because we want to reduce the plastic to reduce the heat, we had to come up with different solutions. So this is our first solution, which started a couple of years ago. When I talk to people in poor communities, they think that a plastic wrapper for biscuits is the same as a banana peel. So plastic, we have to do something with it, right? At least the stuff that we can't prevent, and we built with it. This is what that wall looks like today. It's still there after 7 years. But the critical metric really is how much plastic can we reduce? Because it's harder to measure, right? But that's really what has to be done because you have situations like this where people dine in, but still everybody took takeout. And that happens today. Happens to everyone. Everyone's part of it. We're wasting resources. And so one of the things I do is I have my own lunchbox set. Unfortunately, the video is not working, but I do bring with me a plastic cup, two plastic containers, baonan. And so it allows me to reduce three pieces of trash per meal times 300 days. That's a lot of pieces of plastic, right? And one other thing that we're doing now is we're pushing for people to build better. You heard about the how we build earlier, right? Here they're breaking regular hollow block, comparing it to this eco brick, and usually the eco brick is a lot stronger. Right? So there are solutions to it, and these products are becoming more and more popular, used by the likes of Shell, Max, UP Diliman, right? And we've also got new products today that we're selling, plastic boards made out of sachets from the Pasig River, right? And of course, our educational program. A lot of people clean up. We've been cleaning up for 10 years, but it has to level up. And so today, the cleanups we do, while we explain to them the reason, the rationale, and we try to do it in a good way, and then we clean up, we also show them ways to recycle and show them ways to reduce the waste, right? This is one event that we ran last year. We're running again on September 7 in Las Piñas. We can send you a few free slots if you like. We turn the plastic into different things. So here can be fashion can be recycled. Some plastic turns into lumber. Organic waste is turned into seed balls. Other organic waste into biochar, sachets into pillows. And we also have partner enterprises who we hope you guys work with, such as this charcoal company, Eco Uling, or this recycled plastic provider called Sentinel, and this bamboo toothbrush provider, Bambuhay. We all distribute these things. There's also a sustainable IT company, Zolo, that cannibalizes old technology and reuses it. So it's an e-waste solution. At the end of the day, for us, because we live in the city, we want to reclaim the bioregion that we're in, to reclaim its environmental health. And so we hope that we can continue to work with you in cleaning Manila Bay, but also reforesting Sierra Madre, which is absolutely important, right? We do have a big footprint around Luzon, but again, nothing beats an effort that fixes your home, right? And so for Mad Travel, we do educational tours with impact, ecosystem restoration, and we also have products in the green economy. Thank you for having me. I hope you learned something about plastic and carbon this morning. Please connect with us. Oh, and by the way, we do have an event on June 13th. It's my birthday fundraiser called Kanta ng Kalikasan with the Dumagat coming to sing in Poblacion, Makati. Please come. Details on our social media, Facebook and Instagram. See you guys, and thank you for having me speak.